Hello everybody, how are we doing today? Welcome back to Swamp Donkey Gardens, where we do a whole lot of gardening, a little DIYing, some repurposing, and we have a whole lot of fun. What we got today, me and Mr. Buds, we've been working our butts off. We got, sorry about the sun, it's beautiful out today. It's April 14th. It was like 65 degrees, 60 some degrees it got out to. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day in PA for gardening. We got all our raised beds, they're all fertilized, they're ready to go. They're ready to rock and roll. They are ready to be covered, and our plants are all over the place. There we got plants upstairs, downstairs, in the polytunnel. Majority of them are in the polytunnel. They spent their first night, like a sleepover, in the tunnel. I got the heater on there, but I got my rows all wrapped. This one here is ready to be planted. I'm gonna plant something in that tomorrow. I don't exactly know what. I think I said that before. Yeah, I think we got some of our peas here. I think they're coming up. Let's back up here. This where all the equipment is here. I'm taking this fence out, and I believe that's going to be my corn. I think that's on the agenda for tomorrow morning. If it doesn't rain. Our potatoes are doing good. I think. Hope they're not rotting in there. We switched the door out. So we had two doors in the poly hut. Now we only have one. We took this back section here. We took that and plasticed it all off and sealed it all off. Here's our table. It'll be one of our tables. It'll go in the back there. That'll be for putting more things on there. Boy, this sun's really bright right now. It's awesome though. I like it. But you can see we got all our tomatoes back there. They're our best boys. Our brandywines are here. We got peppers. 2 racks of them are all sweet peppers. We left all the other stuff upstairs in the grow room. I brought my onions down here. They're not I don't know, we'll find out about them. Peas are doing great. We got some coming up here. I found some earlier. Oh, right here. If you can see it down in there. Don't mistake these things. Them are weeds. But this here, I think there's another one somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's what we got. We got that garable that we made the big move for. Like I said, we're taking a risk. I don't know. Last year is when I got the polytunnel, and I got it a little later in the season, so I didn't get the advantage of being able to bring my seedlings outside. I had to leave them inside, and that's having a polytunnel is so much nicer. This is all lettuce on that side, which I believe, if you see that's coming up. That's our leaf lettuce. We planted that. We just 2-inch. We just took a 2-inch valley, or in our row, and just cut it in there about 2 inches deep. Put our seeds in there, spread them over, put a little bit of mulch, good soil, and they're rocking and rolling. We got this down here. I have no idea what this is. Good organization. No, I think that came out of a potting mix. I think it's some kind of flower. I think. I don't really know. But we have a couple things coming up in here, which I don't know if a lot of these are just weeds, but I think this one here, if we can go back, and that one's I don't think that's a weed. I think that's a bean, but I don't know. We'll see. A lot of it's a guessing game. This year I'm just taking risks. I'm I'm doing things that I don't usually do out of the box, and I hope you guys enjoy that, because and I haven't heard from a whole lot of people, but I have heard from some people. But I mean, just hearing from you makes it all worth, even if it's just a little, hey, this is what I got. It makes that all worth it. It makes the whole channel worth it. We got, like I said, we got our basil out here, and I think might have got a little sunburnt. Mortgage lifter down there. We have our pear tomatoes, and here's my heater, my repurposed perfection heater, made in 1914. It's got serial number 1530. Pretty neat. I restored it. It was a rusty mess. I took it all apart, and it works. And that's history right there. I mean, they were made millions and millions and millions, and they made millions of those things, and they're tried and true. They run on. You can put any kind of oil, or I use kerosene. Like I was saying back here earlier, I admire the old school people, and they were organized. I mean, just think of, like, back in I've been hearing a lot lately about victory gardens, and back in World War II, and I walk around this area, and that's my house was built in 42 here, and these people, they had, they took risks. They didn't plan things out, like, I guess like nowadays anymore, we tend to overthink things. We tend to make it more complicated than it is. It's, garden's really not that complicating. It's really not. I mean, you can make it complicating, but it isn't. So, and I took another risk here, and I had a flat of mystery tomatoes. I forgot to mark them. I'm not, like I said, I admire the people that are super organized, and what I mean, they gardeners that know exactly what they're doing. Mr. Boy, he comes in and checks on me, and then he leaves. Gardeners that they know what they're doing, but I guess the way my gardening is I learned to let little things fall through the cracks, like failures. I don't let it bother me. I like to try new things, learn new things, and that's how you learn new things. And just think of back in 100 years ago, that's the world. I don't know. I guess am I rambling? But I'm not. I'm really not. I mean, if we could get back to the way the world used to be. I mean, back then they took risks. They grew gardens because they want to, and because they had family gardens. They didn't run. A lot of people nowadays, I guess they rely on growing, somebody, the supermarket will grow their own food, and that's where we'll get, food. And that's all, well and great. But just think if we could get, not just a percentage of the people, of gardeners, of, that want to learn, that, you got to start small, start somewhere. I think sometimes I push too many things on myself, because I don't want to get bored. I get bored easy. So I try to push too many things and keep pushing and pushing and pushing, but that's how you learn. But I wish, I guess there was just one wish. I wish we could get America back to, growing their own food. And just think if we could get 10% of, or maybe even 15% of America to start growing their own food and not relying on the big food sellers, or the Walmart or what, whichever, yeah, I guess I'm just rambling on. Um, well, yeah, it's down here. I don't know if I got to it. My spinach. This is all spinach in here. There's strawberries. But yeah, I like I said, it's, I don't know, old age stuff. I think is cool. I like history. I like to walk around kind of the area, my property. I mean, just look around and think, what were they doing 100 years ago, or 75 or 50? I just, back then they had a different mindset, I guess. And I guess what I'm getting at is you don't have to make it so complicated. It's not really that complicated. It's already a chosen path. I mean, there's already a process. You just got to apply your right processes to what your plants need. And as I was saying before about these fellas here, they're like orphans without, nobody knows what they are. I don't know what they are. I marked them, I planted them, they came up great, but I had them, and so I figured I'd just put them in this raised bed here. And this is what I had in here last year. I had San Margero tomatoes in here, and I experienced a little bit of end rot with them, but I think that's pretty prone to your new raised beds. And I mean, end rot it's a calcium deficiency, and it's also it can come from inconsistent water, and most new beds aren't established in, if you're not consistent with your water, which back to again, consistency. It's, I set myself an alarm. I have an alarm on my phone. It just a reminder, like, especially these are down here now, and in the next couple days, I mean, I got 75% of what I've grown, right over there, and spread around the area a little bit. And I'm taking a huge risk. I don't know, is it all right to put them out this early? I do have like I said, I can control the heat. I got lights coming down a little later. We'll have lights here and there, LED lights, and we have a fan that we put in here that just circulates the air, and hopefully in the next couple days it's supposed to get down there. So I might just chicken out and take the 45 minutes that it takes to take all those flats back up in the house, and just for a couple days. But I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna risk it. What's the most that's gonna happen? I mean, it would be pretty disappointing if all the plants come down there one day and all the plants are. But I don't think that's gonna happen. So, but we'll. And there I go back to the process. It's all depends on what. The process is already there. You just gotta take effect. You just gotta take effect and put, like watering is your job. Figure out where they're at, but they're gonna grow as long as you provide the right resources. And hopefully I'm providing these the right resources. Let me see here. Yeah, like I said, what else have we got? We went through end blot, we went through replanting. Oh, I did replant a lot of the tomatoes. They needed, let's go over here. Only 10-15 minutes in. But yeah, we got, I think all our aromas. And brandy wines, and these are our best boys. These are mixed brandy wines and Romas. And these Roma tomatoes over here they're doing real well. They're nice and big. They're ready to be in a new pot. So, but yeah, that's what we have going. Our gardens are ready to be put in. You know, I'm just waiting for Mother Nature to agree with me, and I guess we can get on to now these tomatoes here behind me, them ones down there, are they'll be trellised off this pole here. I'll run a string. I'll just use string trellis, and I got these clips. Get them off Amazon. I get a whole bag of them. I think it was like, I don't know, $8 or whatever it was. Yeah, you get them off Amazon. You clip them together here. Oop. And then they hook in there. This one got a little plastic piece stuck on it. Well, yeah, then your string goes through this part here. You pinch your string in there. Put this part around your, pinch your string in this part here, and then put your plant in there, and that goes around and it runs up, and you can trellis it right along. So, you know, they'll be there, and put one every so often. You can train your plant with these string trellising. Pretty neat. Yeah, we did, like I said, we got our raised beds are ready to go. They're ready to rock it. So is the garden. It's all ready. It's been, oh, hold on a minute. Gotta let Mr. Boy in. Come on in, Mr. Boy. This is my best buddy. This is the star of the show. Hey, the star showed up. How much is the leg? What they doing? Huh? Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. There's the little boy. He's a guard dog. But yeah, like I said, our gardens are ready. We're gonna replant. We got some of these. We ran out of potting pots. We ran out of these ones here. What's in here? Brandywine, little feller. Well, yeah, that's what I did last night. I did a whole bunch of repotting, but I'm gonna start repotting in these. We had these laying around from, I think, one of my daughter's graduation party. So I drilled holes in the bottom of them, and we'll use them as pepper, whatever. We're gonna put whatever tomatoes. First thing goes is our aromas. They're gonna be the next thing. It's gonna be repotted. But yeah, I hope these tomatoes down here, I hope they go. We'll see. It's like I said, it's a little early. It's just an experiment. Like they should have been just repotted into a regular pot. So yeah, that's what we got going. So we'll see how they go. So I think that's gonna be it for today on the 14th of April. I hope you enjoyed, and as I say every time, and I guess I was looking at the analytics of YouTube, and it says 75% of my viewers are not subscribed. You can subscribe, it's all right. It helps out the channel tremendously. It would help out the likes, the comments, and like I was saying before, I really enjoy the comments, and don't be afraid to send pictures of how your stuff's doing. It's, keep me informed. If we keep that line of gardener communication open, we'll all have big gardens. We'll put the big name growers, we'll put them out of business. We'll be all local gardeners. That would be cool. But yeah, like I said, don't be afraid to subscribe, thanks for joining the community. I hope you like everything what I'm doing. Like I said, sometimes I'm kind of scatterbrained on my videos and editing, and this and that. I'm only human. I'm human just like everybody else. But I guess we'll get into one more thing. I do use blood meal, Job's Organic, for nitrogen. I prepped up them raised beds out there for that, and then I use the Jobs also. I always use Jobs. I don't know why. I'm not anyway affiliated with Jobs. I wish I was, you know, so I could be affiliated with Jobs. Organic bone meal. Add phosphorus to your gardens. You know, so but if Jobs wants to call me up and, you know, sponsor me, I'll be for sure to go ahead. They know where I'm at. So yeah, like I said, I did use the Jobs, and I used about a cup to each on each of the bone meal and the blood meal. I used a cup on each raised bed, and then I mixed them in real well with a pitchfork and got it down in there about 4 or 5 inches, and watered it in real well. Like I said, it's ready to go. So with that, sorry I rambled on about, but like I said, I'm genuine. I really am. I make mistakes. I like to hear about your mistakes. Let's go over here, and we'll outro with see if we can see it back here. If you can see it back here, that's my vintage John Deere Grutzinger equipment thermometer, and it reads 60 degrees in here right now, which earlier today it was like 80. So, but all right, that's enough rambling for today. Until tomorrow, I got a couple more videos coming down the pike. I got some ideas, so hope you enjoy. You have a great day. Thanks for joining in. We'll catch you tomorrow.